She has been breaking barriers in auto racing for 20 years. Did you hear me? 20 years. She made history as the first woman to win a major open-wheel race in North America. That was back in 2005. Thank you very much. Since then, she has broken numerous racing records, including, listen to this, the fastest woman to ever qualify for the Indianapolis 500. She is currently the only woman competing in NASCAR's Xfinity and Cup Series levels, where she recently became the first woman in 8 years to have a top 20 finish. We are very happy to say Miss Badass herself is here, but we'll just call you Katherine Legge for the purposes of this conversation. But you go, Katherine, go.
Thanks.
So you were telling us that you fell in love with this sport at 9 years old. What did you fall in love with? What attracted you at 9?
I think the competition. It was never about the cars for me. It was about the competition with myself. It was about the technology. It was about the adrenaline. It was about the fact that you could never reach perfection, right?
Yes.
So you're always striving. You're always driven, excuse the pun.
Yes.
And so I just loved it. It ticked all the boxes for me. And I feel very fortunate, actually, that I have something that I'm that passionate about.
Yes.
Because a lot of people don't.
I think that's good to know that at 9, but fast forward to go from 9-year-old Katherine to early 20s Katherine. You realize you haven't seen anybody doing this, and you decide to take matters into your own hands. So what do?
So
I love this story.
I grew up where my parents had instilled in me that I could be anything that I wanted to be, as long as I worked hard enough and I believed in myself and like I could follow my dreams. But there weren't any women race car drivers, especially in England at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like America was a lot more advanced. But I kind of forced the issue. I met the owner of the IndyCar series by sitting. He was buying Cosworth, which is the Ford performance brand, or was the Ford performance brand 20 years ago. And so I basically sat in the waiting area in Cosworth.
You said, I want to see him.
And I said, I want to see him. And the lady was like, she's crazy. We should
Shall we call security? but then his wife and his daughter come and they start talking to you and they say, Dad, you need to talk to her.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Well, then he gave me the first 6 races and we went out and we won Long Beach, which was the first race on the calendar. So that's what started my career 20 years ago.
Now, you said that for most of your career, you wanted to be just one of the guys, but recently you have changed that approach. What is that new approach, and how has that changed you as a driver?
And what does being one of the guys mean?
Right.
So I wanted to be taken seriously in racing, and I didn't want it to be a gimmick, or I didn't want to play on the fact I was female. I wanted them to respect me as a driver. So I struggled with, I had a lot of advice from a lot of different people about how you should act, how you should dress, what makeup you should wear. And so I was trying to be more tomboy and trying to be more just like the guy. Anything that I would do, I would be like, okay, would Jenson Button do this? Or would Lewis Hamilton do that?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I was trying to just fit in.
So no makeup, no...
So very
It has to be a difficult space to be in, because you're constantly thinking about what you should try to be like instead of being
authentically you.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, Elf came on board with us as a partner.
Elf Cosmetics.
Elf Cosmetics. And they said, we want to do a pink car for the Indy 500.
Did you like that idea?
No, I did not. And I thought, that's so cliche, and it's going to be like the girl in the pink car. And honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me.
How so?
So it started this girl power movement. They were the first brand to sponsor in a major open wheel race, in a major race in North America and across the world, actually, which is huge.
Yeah.
And we had all this support from all these women and all the fans, and for the first time ever, they felt like they were being represented and spoken to. And so they were wearing the pink jerseys, and the little girls were coming up to me, and it was it changed the game in racing. They literally changed the game. And so from that moment onwards, I was like, you know what? I can be feminine and I can be whoever I am and still be a badass race car driver.
Sure.
And it doesn't change anything.
Speaking of the badass part of things, I don't think I really appreciated how conditioned you have to be in order to be in the vehicle. You were talking about weight training.
Good point,
and,
the
and
athleticism.
picking up heavy things, putting them down, and the G-forces your body experiences. Can you talk about what it takes to be in the driver's seat?
So in each category, it's a very different force on your body. Like if you're driving in open wheel cars like Formula One or IndyCar, you have a lot of downforce, which means there's a lot of G-force on you. In a stock car, it's just really hot. It can be over 130 degrees in the car. And like to turn the wheel, it's not like driving your car on the roads outside.
You got one hand on it.
Yeah, music, AC, all the things. So nice.
There's so much more than just hitting the brakes and the accelerator and turning the wheel. But Nate, you just have to look at this because Katherine, she was just talking and she did it. Please do this. Please, Katherine.
Boom.
Whoa, okay.
I said, Katherine, I want one of those. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? You look so good.
Katherine Legge. They didn't call you Katherine Arm. Okay.
Yeah, Katherine Arm. Congrats, bravo. Cheering you on always in your pink car.
Thank you.
You can hear more from Katherine on her podcast. I love this. Throttle Therapy with Katherine Legge.